guys, so you guys must have heard that how Israel and USA have attacked Iran. And to retaliate, Iran has attacked and targeted several Gulf countries. But now the real question is why Iran have targeted several Gulf countries like Qatar, UAE, Jordan, and Kuwait instead of just attacking directly to the USA and Israel. So the main reason behind this is the US military bases, which are inside these Gulf countries. But now you guys must be wondering that what are these military bases, what is the meaning of retaliation, and what is the Gulf countries, and all these terms. So today, we are going to learn, we're going to understand all these terms related to geopolitics and war in this video. So without any further ado, let's start. So starting off with the very first one, which is what are Gulf countries? So Gulf countries are basically the countries that lie around the Persian Gulf. It's basically a water body between Iran and the Middle East. Basically, these countries are rich in oil and gases and have strong security partnership with the USA. Specifically, if we talk about Gulf countries, so there are 7 Gulf countries which are part of GCC, the Gulf Cooperation Council, and these countries include Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Jordan, Kuwait, and Oman. Now, the number second term, which is retaliation. So, retaliation basically means responding to an attack with the another attack, just the way Iran did to USA. So, retaliation is basically, responding to an attack. If someone attacked you, now it's your turn to retaliate. Now it's your time to attack them. Not just they are playing a game, but to protect your nation's interest, to protect your dignity at the global stage, to protect your country from the outsider invasion. And yeah. Now, moving on to the third term is military bases. So, what are military bases? So, military bases simply means that a place in another country where the country keeps their soldiers, their weapons, their intelligence, their missiles, their aircrafts, and etc. etc. So basically, if USA is keeping their intelligence, their logistics, their missiles, their soldiers into another country, so they are US military base camps. Just like Al Udeid in Doha, Qatar, and the US Navy Fifth Fleet in Bahrain. Now the next question is that why these military bases are made in another country. So in modern war, distance is equals to weakness, as we all know that if you want to wait that someone will attack in your country and then you will deploy your soldiers into their country. So this whole process will take nearly a week. So from preventing the distance, these camps, these bases are deployed, these bases are made into the other country. Several countries have their bases, just like Russia, France, China, UK have in Middle East, Central Asia, and the Indian Ocean. Although there are several other reasons that why USA have their military bases in these Gulf countries to have their influence over oil supplies, sea routes, and in strategic choke points. And also having these military bases in different countries is also a power projection, and that now you're ready to, fight back or to retaliate. Now, moving on to the fourth term, which is strategic choke points. So, strategic choke points basically means important routes like oil shipping lanes and narrow sea routes. For example, the Strait of Hormuz near Iran is very crucial. If you don't know, then a very large number of crude oil passes through this pathway, passes through this strait. Let's move on to the number fifth term, which is deterrence. So, deterrence in simple terms means preventing war by making the cost too high. For example, nuclear weapons. This one's was easy, right? Now let's move to the number 6, which is proxy war. So proxy war is a type of war in which the bigger countries don't fight directly. Instead, they use smaller countries to have war. Just like Cold War and Middle East conflicts, the Vietnam War, the Syrian Civil War, etc. Now the question is why these proxy wars? So proxy wars are basically because of the nuclear fear, the lower political cost, the strategic testing, and plausible deniability, which means that we are not fighting, even though we are fighting. And the very last term for this video is alliance. So alliances are basically made by different countries. These are basically the groups made by several other countries. It's more like a promise that if you are in a war, we're gonna help you. If you face any global problem, we are standing with you. There are several alliances like NATO, BRICS, Quad, ASEAN, GCC, the Gulf Cooperation Council, SCO like Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and several others which promises to be together at the time of hardship, at the time of war. So yeah, that's it for the today's video. Hope you guys like it. Do follow for more such content and comment me down below if you want part 2 for these keywords. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.